Everything in the house appeared in shades of somber gray because the late afternoon light had trouble penetrating the dirty, streaked windows.
"It's kind of spooky in here, isn't it?"
said Molly.
"It gives me the chills," Maggie answered.
Bending down, she pointed to a large, dark stain on the living room floor and said,
"Oh, gross! This is probably where Mrs. Dempsey was shot and bled to death."
Suddenly, the door to the kitchen slammed shut with a loud bang. Both girls screamed in surprise.
"Oh, that scared me," said Maggie with a nervous laugh. "I didn't feel a breeze in here, did you?"
"No," said Molly.
"Let's go check it out."
But when she tried to open the kitchen door, the knob wouldn't turn.
"That's funny. It's locked."
She looked down to see Sparky stick his nose under the door and sniff. Molly thought she saw a streak of light coming from under the other side of the door just when Sparky began to whine and back away. Then, with his tail tucked between his legs and the hair on his back standing on end, the dog gave a half-hearted growl and scampered out the open front door.
"Okay," said Molly, carefully moving away from the kitchen door. "I think that's our cue to split."
The twins scurried out of the house and bounded onto the freshly cut hayfield that separated the Dempsey's land from the Spicer's orchard.
"That place gives me the creeps," said Maggie.
"Me too," said Molly with a shudder. They were walking past one of the large bales of hay that dotted the field when Molly looked around for their dog.
"Hey, where's Sparky? He was here just a minute ago."
Behind another bale, Sparky began howling in a way they had never heard before. It sounded so fearful.
"There's something wrong with Sparky!"
Maggie cried. When the girls rushed over, they found their beagle cowering in the dirt.
"What's the matter, boy?"
asked Molly. The dog was shaking and howling, his terror-crazed eyes locked on the roof of the house a few hundred yards away. As Molly gently stroked the dog's back, Maggie grabbed her sister's arm and in a trembling voice said,
"Molly, do you see what I see?"
In the dusk, against a sky darkened by the clouds, a bright ball of light hovered just above the chimney. At first it looked like a large helium balloon, but the awestruck girls knew it couldn't be because it emitted its own light and changed shape from perfectly round to oblong to the squashed look of a floating pumpkin.
"That's the ball of light people have been talking about," said Maggie. "What do you suppose it is?"
Before Molly could speak, the ball of light began to move. It drifted away from the house and disappeared among the trees that bordered the hayfield.
"Do you believe this? We actually saw it,"
said Maggie, feeling thrilled and scared at the same time.
"I can't wait to tell Mom and Dad,"
added Molly. When they burst into their kitchen minutes later, the twins jabbered excitedly to their parents about the mysterious light. At first, the Spicers thought their daughters were putting them on, but the look of amazement in the girls' eyes convinced David and Beth their children were telling the truth.
"Well, I don't know what to make of it, kids," said Beth. "I know others have seen the same thing, but I'd rather we kept a low profile on this, okay?"
The girls reluctantly agreed, sort of. They did tell their friend Kate, but only after she promised to keep it a secret. Not surprisingly, it took only about 2 days before the whole town heard about it. Some laughed, some scoffed, but most didn't know what to believe. A week later, after dinner one moonless night, the girls were looking at the planet Saturn through their telescope when, off in the distance, they spotted the weird ball of light dancing low in the sky.
"Let's follow it," said Maggie.
"I wish Mom and Dad were home," said Molly.
"But why not? Let's take Sparky and go."
They ran through the orchard and reached the hayfield where the light was floating toward the woods. With Sparky whining and growling at the twins' feet, the girls followed the glowing ball from a cautious distance. It effortlessly waved its way through the trees and then eased down until it was just above the base of a maple tree. The light seemed to defy physics because, unlike a torch or beam, it did not illuminate anything around it. The girls bravely inched forward and were about 20 yards away when Sparky came to a halt and started howling in the same fearful way he had the week before. As Maggie turned around and tried to comfort the beagle, Molly let out an ear-piercing shriek, turned on her heels, and started to run. Maggie and Sparky were right behind her. When they reached the clearing, they stopped.
"Why did you scream?"
asked Maggie.
"I thought I saw the face of a man, an ugly, horrible face, and his mouth was all twisted." "I didn't see any face. Your imagination must have got..."